Hey guys, so today we are playing with KVD's new Surreal Bloom. I have to keep looking for the name because I keep forgetting what it's called. Surreal Bloom Collection. It's this eyeshadow palette, this lipstick duo, and then her tattoo liner and pencil liner. I didn't get that because I already have her tattoo liner. And then there's this huge lipstick vault. And I was definitely not getting that because that was like $300. But I definitely wanted to test out the main collection because look how gorgeous that packaging is. And this is not the look I was going for. I wanted to use the blue and the pink in this palette. And I feel like I've done enough burgundy fall looks. And I was like, why are you doing another burgundy look? But I wanted to test out, I also got her Dazzle stick, but I wanted to test this out. And I feel like this would work with the burgundy, and that's what I did. Oh, I did this look because I needed something to pair with the lipstick because I know blue and pink won't really pair with this lipstick. So yeah, this is the first look. I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's begin. So I had no idea about this new collection until a few days ago when KVD posted on Instagram that everything was 30% off. And I was like, okay, you know what? I haven't shopped there in a while. Let's see what they have. And then I found this Surreal Bloom collection and I was like, oh my gosh, that palette. It wasn't even about the shadows. I think when I first saw it, I was like, I just want the palette and I want to use that as a travel palette. And when I found out that you can take out the eyeshadows from the palette, I was like, okay, perfect. So it was $19 during the sale and there was a 20% off code. So I got it for like $16. So I was like, I would have definitely bought in just an empty eyeshadow palette for $16 with how pretty it is. Let's open her up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, this is a perfect size. This is exactly what I will travel with. Oh my gosh, I just want to keep this. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my gosh. And then those are the shades. This duo. Oh, and I totally forgot that I got a Dazzle stick. Let me swatch this first. So the Dazzle stick is in the shade Hail Surge. I'm really starting to get into eyeshadow sticks. After being so in love with the Julep eyeshadow stick, I was like, okay, I need to look at other eyeshadow sticks. Okay, that's really pretty. This one I feel won't stick as much as my Julep one because the Julep one's a little dry and less waxy. Just looking at this looks way waxier and creamier and I feel like this would smudge more than that one. So I want to keep it on my hand for a bit and see if it, oh yeah, see that feels very like liquidy almost. Wow, that's really pretty. Yeah, it's already melting. Ugh. This is why I hate containers like this. Like those round ones where the edges are just straight. I'm gonna let that dry while we open everything else up. Let's go in with it. Look how cute that is. See, like I said, if I would pay $16 just for this packaging alone. Yeah, I would just take out the shades, put in my favorite shades and travel with that. And I feel safer taking this to travel with since it is tin, aluminum, metal. Okay, yeah. And I just like all the little divots and 3D. Yeah, that's beautiful. So let's do some swatching. I think what I'm gonna do, because again, I don't like colors like this, the goldy bronze copper shades, I'm gonna put a look that I did with shades like this and then link those videos because honestly, if I was gonna do a look with these shades, it would be the exact look like I did. This looks way more orange than I thought it was gonna look like. Ooh, they're really creamy. Okay, on the finger, it's not orange. It's really like rusty bronze. So like I said, I'll put a picture here of a look that I did with a color similar to this. Another shade I do not like on me is just a pure gold eyeshadow. They're very creamy. Yep, just pure gold. I will put a gold look right here. And again, if I was gonna do a look right now with these shades, these would probably be the looks that I would do. This shade I don't mind working with, but like these two, like no. Okay, that's really pretty. And then one more look. Maybe I might try that shade. Who knows? Again, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So that first one we swatched. Ooh, that gold is really gold. And then the burgundy one. They are swatching beautifully. They feel beautiful. They're very creamy. And I feel like they were free eyeshadows. I know that sounds so girl math, But I feel like I got free eyeshadows buying this because again, I would have bought this just for this metal palette and to put my own shades. So yeah, I got free eyeshadows. I don't know if you heard on TikTok, but I can hear that song in my head. The girl dinner song is like, girl dinner, girl dinner. There should be a girl math one. I feel like there probably is, I just haven't heard it yet. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I have so many blue, turquoise, blue, green shades, but wow, I feel like that's one of my favorite ones so far. Perfect inner eye corner. Beautiful. And then now this one. Wow. Yeah, I definitely want to use those. Beautiful. Those are all the shades minus the Dazzle stick. Okay, now let's go in with her Queen of Poisons. This is not my typical color I would go for. I feel like this shade would work best with the gold colors, but it was part of the collection and I still wanted to try it. And if it doesn't work, then I'll ask my mom if she wants it because she loves like reds and browns, and I feel like she could get away with this even though she does not like liquid lipsticks. So yeah, this is huge. Wow. Ooh, I barely touched it on my hand and that spread so beautifully. And then we have her eyeliner. Shockingly enough, even though I've tried a million eyeliners, I haven't tried her little, oh, it's waterproof, transfer resistant. We'll see about that. Okay, I am mostly gonna keep it KVD today, so I'm gonna use her concealer for an eyeshadow primer. I'm scared to do this because I feel like her stuff, especially her foundation, like really sticks on your face, and I do want to wipe off the eyeshadow and try on the others. Yep, just putting that on, I already felt how this really glues down and is really thick. So first, let me just put this on with my finger. Again, it's super creamy. You don't need to pick that up with a brush. Yeah, wow. Yeah, see, this look would look better with the lipstick. Have I just been sleeping on her eyeshadows? I feel like I can't even think of any KVD eyeshadow palettes. When I think of KVD, I think of foundation, tattoo liner, and like her lipsticks. Has she even done any highlights or blushes? I'm trying to even think of eyeshadow palettes she does, but like nothing like iconic or a staple comes to my mind. But if that's the formula of her eyeshadows, then I would definitely try out more. Oh, that's my bad for not setting concealer because that concealer is like glue. Okay, I kept wondering why this right here is not blending out, but that's actually like a tiny whitehead. I swear I say this a lot, but it is true. The day of or the day before I plan on filming, something on my face decides to cause a problem. Most of the time it's some kind of small pimple on my eye like this. It's like my body knows and wants to sabotage me. After blending that out, now I'm gonna pack it back on just on the inner and outer so we can use the middle for the Dazzle, what's it called? Dazzle stick. And with how thick and creamy the Dazzle stick is, I'm not going to use concealer to cut the crease because she can do that all on her own. Okay, so I'm going to use my ABH number 3 brush to put this in the center. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going on well with an eyeshadow brush. I feel like I have to really dig in there. And you see how there's big clumps? Like, I am not a fan of that. Oh. Okay, so that is better. And see, that's why I didn't want to use it straight because I cannot control it well. I don't like lipsticks. I don't like eyeshadows that are in these containers because they get so messy and the edges like are sharp and they hurt, like if you touch your eye or touch your lip with them. You definitely cannot use a brush with that. Every time I try to pick it up, like nothing goes on, and then I put it on my eye and then nothing goes on to my eye. And then if I use it directly from the stick, all those clumps, as you can see, there's like a clump there, it gets all clumpy over my eye. There's a ton of way better eyeshadow sticks. I don't want to continue because I want to wipe this off, but then this is the only eyeshadow that's gonna look good with the lipstick. Let's keep the whole KVD theme right now. Let's go in with Lock It foundation. Obviously this is not the container, but the Sephora employee who matched me, she gave me a color that was really, really light, and I had a Tarte BB cream that was really dark, and I just mixed them two in the bottle, and I feel like it was perfect because the BB cream was watery and the Lock-It foundation is really thick and it doesn't pump. Like, I'm gonna use this little rubber spatula that I got on Amazon. Even with the BB cream, it is still really heavy. Oh, dang it. You know what I wanted to use? Let me put it on right now. So I got this Saie Starglow Glowy Super Gel Illuminator. I assumed this was a highlighter, but when I put it on the back of my hand, like nothing happened. I was like, where's the illumination? So I wanted to throw this in with this guy because this is a really matte foundation. Where do I put this? Oh my gosh, this is... Okay, let's throw it on here first. Let's just throw it on my nose and then let's mix it all in. It's very chaotic right now. And it's so annoying because Sephora has horrible deals for your points. You could have like 1,000,000 points and they'll be like, oh, for 1,000,000 points, here you can get a sample of this shampoo. And you're like, what? So I never use my Sephora points because the samples they give you are horrible. And I'm just like, why? I spent so much money and you give me like the worst products. Like, they give you the products that aren't really selling well and they're like, here, you can have it. But at least with Ulta, with your points, you can actually get money off. I have no idea why Sephora doesn't do that. You know, when you're in line and they're like, oh, do you want any of these samples with your points? And I'm always like, no. But this Saie one and this Caliray mascara look good. So I got these two the other day. I have no idea what this is supposed to do because I'm like, there's no illumination. Let me just rub this in straight so we can see if it does anything. Oh, okay, you know what? Yeah, I can see it. You can see it right there in the middle. That actually looks really pretty. I would totally use this with a really heavy full coverage foundation, like the Lock-It foundation or like Juvia's Place foundation. Okay, and now let's see what it looks like directly underneath the foundation. Okay, yeah, I take that back. It did look really pretty by itself. And since I've never really looked into this product, who knows, maybe that's how they advertise it, that you mix it in with your foundation or put it on top before your foundation. Okay, let's go in with some really thick concealer. I don't like the concealer because of that, but I love the powder, the translucent powder. I feel like that really blurs out everything. You'll see, just tapping it on, I can feel the thickness. It's like sticking on there. I just have to remember to never use that as an eye primer, because I usually do use my concealers as an eye primer and they all really work well, but with how thick this is, do not use it as an eye primer. Let's go in with the translucent powder. I usually like just do a dab, a dab, a dab, and then just wipe it off with a brush. I've mentioned a few times I'm not a powder girly. I have nowhere to be, so I don't really need to set my makeup. Okay, so let's go in with her tattoo liner. I do not know what the hype is. I don't know if it's popular just from the name or because people really do love it. But when I had the mini, barely any ink was coming out, I would store it down and like there was no ink coming out. And I was like, okay, since I have a sample, it's not going to be the best thing. But it's the same with the full size. And it sucks because I feel like this would have so much potential. It's not a liner I would buy again. Sometimes pigment will come out and then some, yeah, see, like that. You can see how light that is. This is not consistent. It's not black enough. So many times there's barely any pigment that comes out. Let's go back and put that burgundy shade on the lower lash line. And yeah, it's very fall. I honestly did not think I would do a fall look today because I do not like fall looks and I have a bajillion fall looks, but I wanted to try the Dazzle stick. Okay, so we're gonna try her eyeliner. Eyeliners are what I'm always like very judgmental on, just because I've been wearing them since I was like 12 years old. Okay, so let's try this Caliray Mascara Come Hell or High Water. It's nice and fuzzy. I like it so far. I like how it feels on the lashes. It's not heavy. There's enough mascara to coat my lashes. Ooh, I love it on the bottom lashes. I'm not a mascara expert. I just go by with what I think looks good on me. Like, I never cried with mascara on, so it's not like I've ever tested out the waterproof part. But I buy waterproof mascaras because they're the only ones that can hold the lash, because I have really straight lashes. But yeah, I really like that. Okay. Okay, now let's move on to face using one of my favorite products from KVD. It's the Shade and Light Contour Duo. I don't even know if they're still selling this. I love this contour and the setting powder. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for blush. I can't even think of any blushes from KVD. Oh, and I want to use a liquid blush because another one of my really favorite things from KVD is the number 25 brush. It's not being sold on her site anymore, but there's a bunch on eBay, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them are probably fakes or dupes. And even if this is a dupe, I don't care because this is my favorite blush brush ever, especially for the liquid blushes, and it works so well. And again, since liquid blushes are not my forte, I have watched so many TikToks and videos on what brush to use with liquid blushes. None of these I really like. None of them worked, except this one. Wait, I still kept this Saie blush? Oh my gosh, I thought I returned this. Okay, I mean, might as well use it if we used the Saie highlighter thing. Did I say the shade name? This is in the shade Rosy. It looks so nice and glowy. Look how tiny that dot is. That's the extent I want my blush. For highlighter, I don't know what to do. I feel like this is glowy enough for a highlight, so maybe let's keep it there and let's finally go in with the lips. Again, these are in the shade Queen of Poisons. The lip liner is really nice and creamy and easy to draw on. Oh wow, I'm shocked. I actually kind of like that. I wish it was a little bit more intense. I'm not a big fan of mauve. Okay, I just looked it up. I was thinking this looks so much like another KVD lipstick that I donated, and that was this Queen of Poisons, because this is the dupe to Lolita. But yeah, for some reason I didn't like that one, even though that was this lipstick, and it did say this is what Lolita was. But I swear, like, I feel like Lolita was a bit more brown than this. I don't know, I'm kind of back and forth whether I like this or not. I'm debating if I want to put this on the Cupid's bow. Oh. Look how intense that is. Okay, you know what? I want to see how intense that is on the collarbones. I'm too scared to put it on my cheeks. Ooh, that's so pretty. Dude, I feel like you could put any shimmer on your collarbones and it's all gonna look good. Yeah, I'm too scared to put that on my cheeks, but we'll leave it there. So let's move on to the actual look I wanted to do. I don't know how that's gonna look. I don't know if this look is gonna look better than that. So I'm gonna go wipe this off and we're gonna go into the next look. I just really wanna see what this looks like on my eyes because it was so gorgeous.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, I feel like a mermaid. Okay, yeah, those will work together. I just have to put a matte in the outer corner. Ooh, they look so pretty mixed together. Do you see that? Ooh. I'm just shocked how well they can blend into each other, and it creates a nice new, why do I want to say tie-dye? Like a nice swirl of whatever purple pink the shade is. Like it blends together so nicely in the middle. Okay, I cannot find a shade that is a deeper matte version of this. I mean, I have a lot of blues, so one of them has to work. Maybe I'll use this one. This is Inglot's number 338 eyeshadow, right? Because it's cool toned. Yeah, okay, I think it'll work. I think I'm just gonna keep it like that. I don't want it to be too intense. I want it to be light and fresh and butterfly, fairy, mermaid looking. Now let's go in with that really pretty highlight shade. Honestly, even though the fall shades are not shades I like, just this formula and how creamy they are, I love this palette. And I would definitely recommend it, especially at the price I got it at. Ooh, I put a lot on that side. I'll be back and then we'll have the lips to figure out. Okay guys, any excuse to use my favorite highlighter, Space Baby from Ofra. I'm not even embarrassed. Like, go to any of my blue looks and I'm using this highlighter. It's funny how this is the craziest. I mean, it's not a crazy highlighter, but it's blue. But I was saying it's funny how this is like the craziest out of my highlighters. Yeah, it's the one I use the most. Okay, I'm gonna go with NYX Lingerie's Push Up and the shade Lace Detail. Oh, that might be a little bit too pale. I'm gonna use e.l.f.'s Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner in the shade Light Brown. I love this lip liner because of the angle. Okay guys, so there you have it, the 2 looks from the Surreal, I keep wanting to say Super Bloom, Surreal Bloom eyeshadow palette. Even though I was just planning on doing 1 look, it turned into 2. But yeah, I think I already did a mini review throughout this video and voiced all my opinions. I loved it. Again, I would have bought it even if there was no eyeshadows, just for this packaging, because this is going to be such a beautiful palette to travel with. The lipstick, typical liquid lipstick, it's not the best formula. It's one that dries like a liquid lipstick. I honestly feel like the best formula I've tried for liquid lipstick is this Live Tinted one, because it stays nice and creamy and it doesn't do that whole liquid lipstick thing where it just fills and dries into the cracks. So I mean, there's nothing really much to say about the lipstick. I don't know what to say yet about the eyeliner because I feel like I need to do a real test and test it outside. Is that all I got? This lipstick? Oh, and the Dazzle stick was a no. Definitely not something I'm gonna use. It was really hard to work with. It was clumping. It didn't do one nice swipe. Even swiping on my hand, I knew it was gonna be a fail with how clumpy and wet and creamy it was, and it wasn't drying down. So if you do wear it outside, at least on my oily lids, I know it's gonna spread and transfer because it didn't dry down. And yeah, it was just so messy and all over the place. So that was the only thing out of this haul where I was just like, no. So I probably should have just stuck with the whole Surreal Bloom launch. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.